Hello, everybody. Hello, Linda, Karen, Beverly. Can you hear me okay? Merry Christmas. So, I just wanted to cover a few things. I have a list. Um, Lisa, Patty, Julie, Karen, and Susan, all for the Spring Garden block swap. Thank you, Beverly. Hello, Gladys. So, if you're still wanting to be in the Spring Garden block swap, just shoot me an email. You should have my email already. If not, nope, I'm trying not to knock my laptop over here. Hold on. Let me put it in here. Oh, that's awesome, Gladys. So I would still like to do vegetables. I know we discussed some fruits, but I still want vegetables. So that's what I think we should do. And they need to be 8.5 by 8.5 or 8.5 wide by 16.5 tall. That way it'll still fit into a quilt or whatever anybody wants to make with them. A wall hanging or a pillow or table runner or whatever. At least that's my thoughts on it. Um, but that's all I had. So if you still wanted to join the spring garden block swap, the 5 of you that I have, just send me an email so that I know you're still interested. I think it'll be nice with fewer people. Um, you won't have as many to make, and then we can just do our own little projects with them. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Pop's Challenge quilt. Did she finish it? I didn't get on there till late, and then I had to get ready for this live. So I'm actually working on this quilt. I'm trying to get all these blocks sewn. I had 120 of them to sew. Then I need to get them together because into a top and then get the backing cut because I won that quilting from Deborah Clutter, and I'm going to send this quilt to her, and I'd like to send it before the middle of January actually. And then I'm going to work on finishing up my Irish quilt. It's almost done. And then I have this project that I've been talking about. It's a paper piece project. I put a link in the video description for this. If I can get it not to glare. Their website is cheaper than Amazon, just so you know. I paid $21 for this pattern. It's $10 on their website. They also have kits with all the fabrics, and it's a really good price. I think it was like $54 for an entire kit. Or if you want to just buy the pattern and get your own fabric, you could do that as well. Uh, and it is called the new freezer paper method. It's the same method I enjoy doing. Awesome. Are you gonna create it too, Karen? Now it comes with, let me get this back in the bag. It comes with a master pattern and it comes with a freezer paper pattern. And I wanted it a little bigger because I'm not making the wall hanging. I'm going to make a quilt. So this is as wide as it is, and I wanted it bigger. So what I did is I took my master pattern into Staples and I did an express print on it, which allowed me to get it back in an hour. And it was only $5 and some change. So I had them print it. See if I'm upside down, probably. Yeah. So I had it printed to this size so that it will fill in a quilt nicely. And I said, while you're at it, go ahead and print me two. And that way, I'll just, I'm going to actually draw it out onto freezer paper. But I'll have one cut up and one that's not cut up once I start doing it, because I'll have to cut one up, or will I? I don't know. I'm not quite here yet. Um, I may have to cut one up to do my freezer paper printouts. Yes, it was. I love that thing. I did two projects with it. I haven't sewn them yet, but I was playing. My mother was very kind to me. See if I can find them. I know they're here somewhere. There they are. So, look out. So I made this with it. And then I made this with it. They're not sewn yet, but it helped me learn on the scan and cut, right? What I need to do and what have you. But anyway, so for the Blue Heron, I've actually um, already selected my fabrics. I went to the quilt shop and I bought more fabric than what I actually think I'm going to need, even though I've enlarged the pattern. The enlargement at Staples is 24 by 36, but as you can see, there's this much of the paper that's not printed on. So I haven't actually measured it. So it's now 20 inches wide. Um, and I don't know if it goes to the end, but it's bigger, which is what I wanted. So I just dropped my, so I could, shoot, sorry. So I can make it into a quilt instead of a wall hanging. But I went ahead and I bought all my fabric. When did I buy it? 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can't remember. I took my pattern in with me I pulled it out. I wrote down, because it's got fabric colors on the back. So it's got all your colors on the back. And I wrote down beside each one. So I bought with the fabric for all of them, but I bought about double of what I needed. Hi, Lisa. So for the background, I got this fabric for the background. I've already lettered all my fabrics so I wouldn't forget what I got them for. This is for the rocks. This is W1 and 2. They have an olive green for the water, but I wanted blues, so I have 2 blues for the water. That's fine, Lisa. O is for the beak. And I can't decide. Now, I looked at the pattern and I know what a blue heron looks like. And a blue heron's legs and beak are the same color. She has them in 2 different colors. Well, this color was in my stash. And this color I bought, I haven't decided, but both beak and legs will be this color. And then be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nope, these are all of these colors here go on the bird. So we have this for a light color, another one, but it's darker than the first. And then we're just gradually going to get a little darker fabrics. Some with leaves. And then the darkest one. Yes. Let's see. Let me look at them. See if this one is. Yeah. So all the colors for the bird is a batik. These are both batiks. I think that all of these are too. These 3 are. And this is for the background. Let me look, see if it's a batik. I think it is. Yes, another batik. Yeah, there's nothing on the selvage on these. However, who'd I buy? Let's see. Wilmington, Hoffman, Timeless Treasures, Banyan, Anthology Fabrics, Quilt Essentials, yeah, so there are 4 Wilmington Fabrics, 2 Hoffman, 1 Timeless Treasure, 1 Banyan Batik, and 1 Anthology Fabrics. And I paid more than what her kit was, but I enlarged my pattern and I wanted to make sure I had enough fabric. So I bought twice as to what the pattern called for. So if the pattern called for, say, 10 inches, I bought 20 just to make sure. And then there's this one, and I'm not sure where it's going. I had it set for something but changed my mind, so it's just going to lay in here, right, with the rest of the fabrics until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. But on the cover, they're showing um, this inner border here in black and then an outer border. Well, I'm probably not going to do it that way because I have other fabrics to go with it to make up the entire quilt. I've had these slate bluish gray fabrics for, oh, maybe 3 years, maybe longer, that I couldn't figure out what I was going to do with them. And as soon as I saw this pattern, I knew this is what I was going to do. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do my videos for them. Probably a live, and probably just showing each section as I get to it, doing a section. And then if anybody's following along, they can go too, right? But their website's a lot cheaper than Amazon. I wish I'd known that before, but I saw it on Amazon, and I didn't even think to go to their website. Um, but I went to their website the other day and got their link for it, and I was looking, and that's when I found that it was all a lot cheaper than Amazon, by $11 cheaper for just a pattern. So that's my plan. I'm sure we probably need to get together for the spring garden block swap. Maybe up in StreamYard, not do a live where everybody can get together and chat and decide what we're going to do with the blocks. If we're going to do one, or maybe if we want to do two for each person, because that's still only 10, 11 blocks. Well, if you're counting block for yourself. But I don't think that's bad. That's a 16 and a half. If you wanted just a little wall hanging for in your kitchen, you could make a table runner with them. You could make hot pads with them. I'm going to make a small quilt with mine, which a quilt to like take a nap under. But that's probably about all I have. Um, I just got to get all these and those two stacks over here, right here. I got to get those sewn so I can put them together into a top. And I know I hadn't gone live in a while, but you know, just a few things, right? And the weather's been messing with me. My knee's been hurting a little bit. I am out of the brace, but if it acts up, I usually put it back on. So, does anybody have any questions? I did buy this little cabinet for myself for Christmas to set my scanning cut on. It's got 3 drawers, and it's the same height as my cutting table. I need to lift my pressing table up. I think it's 2 inches it needs to come up. I will, Beverly. I'll probably do it on Saturdays. And the 1st of January, Karen, I've got 5 people, not counting me. You can do them any way you want, but you know, since my mom got me this pretty little Christmas gift back over here, I'm probably going to apk all mine, even though I have a book for paper piecing. Because, well, I have to try out the new gift. Other than just practice, I did learn a few things with those practice ones on. And I do have a fabric blade for it now. I just had a standard blade. It's got a fabric blade now, so it'll probably cut better. And I need to get some double-sided fusible for the back of it. Beverly, I'm also going to put the Blue Heron into their own playlist. That way they'll be easy to find. Well, not like I have a ton of videos anyway. Yes, Beverly, you do. So I watched a video, this woman, explaining how to use this. Now, she uses it for paper crafts, right? Which a lot of people do. She said she was somewhere and she had hers with her and she was doing stuff. And 99% of the people who came up and talked to her have not even taken theirs out of the box. So take it out of the box. Set it up. Get a fabric blade and a fabric blade holder and use the stinking thing, silly. It just made really nice little cuts. I mean, this guy here, that whole thing is 3.5 inches tall. The whole thing, from the top of the bird to the bottom of the birdhouse, is only 3.5 inches tall. And that bottom of the birdhouse is only 3.5 inches tall. And that's without the fabric blade. And you need to make sure to set your cut pressure to negative. You want to know why I like this one, Karen? Well, took this image, okay? Took it into my photo editing program, and I created all these pieces, okay? And then I scanned it into that scanning cut, and I laid my fabric down, and I cut this out with it. I have the 125E. because I'd been looking at them for a long time, and Mom asked me what I wanted, and I said, well, nothing really. Well, there's got to be something you want. I said, yeah, but it's too expensive. I don't even bother with it. Well, tell me what it is. I told her, so she bought it. Um, so then I treated myself to that little table that's sitting on. It's got 3 drawers, and I put my wet wipes in the top drawer for cleaning the mats. I also have a spray bottle over here to clean the mats with. But I need to raise this table up a couple inches, and everything will be level then. 230D. You probably have more stuff than I do. So it's really weird how brother has it. They give you these little cards. I think I probably threw mine away for free downloads, right? You can activate them on their Canvas workspace. And then I'm like, well, how do I get them? Well, in order to get them, after you've activated it, you go in there and you have to download each one individually. Nice. I don't know if yours scans though, Karen. I don't think the Crickets scan. This here will scan it and either send it to my computer or go ahead and cut right away. But I can scan it and send it to my computer. Then I come over here, and when I've edited it to look like all separate pieces, right? Because I want separate pieces. And then I scan my mat in with my fabric on it, and it shows my fabric. And then after it shows my fabric, I know where to put all these. I can move all of these pieces and put them over that fabric and cut it. So you have to take a picture of it, Karen? But that was a selling point for me on the scan and cut, is being able to scan in whatever and then edit it and separate everything and make my applique. Because trust me, after cutting all of these out by hand, it's 120 blocks times 6, which is, I don't even know, 700 and some, all cut by hand. I'm kind of overcutting by hand. But I've got mine set sideways because you have to have at least 12 inches for your mat to come out this back end. And so it was a little tricky finding a cabinet to fit in between my tables because I've only got so much room. And I actually had to move this table over 4 inches this way so that that one would fit. And it works pretty good. I just have to move my starch bottle, and my glue bottle so that when I scan, I don't hit them. Right. Um, Coloring page books. This this was what was this? There were 3 other images on the page. I can't remember what it was for, but I cut the little bird out by birdhouse by himself. Um, I'm thinking I've got I don't know how many more of these little guys. My daughter, she lost all her Christmas stuff. Um, the company moved her from Florida to Arizona, and they had a moving company that packed her house up, loaded the semi, and unloaded everything into the house. Well, she was unpacking everything, but she didn't. I think so. I don't know where it goes though, Beverly. But she uh she went looking for her Christmas stuff and she doesn't have any of it. She's lost all her Christmas things. She doesn't have her tree anymore. She doesn't have any of the ornaments. And y'all know that when you have ornaments, you have special ornaments. You have special ornaments. Kids made or uh first Christmas, all of that. So she has nothing, no Christmas ornaments at all. Her and my granddaughter went to, I think, the Dollar Tree, and they've got lights outside. And she bought a couple inflatables for like $5. So outside, there's a few lights and a couple inflatables. Nothing for in the house. She doesn't have tree skirt anymore. None of the ornaments. Doesn't have her tree. Doesn't have her lights or any of the other decorations that you would normally have for Christmas. So when I finish this, I've still got binding to put on it and then a thing to hang it. I'm gonna send her this and that penguin. She wants purple, but I told her I'd send her this green tree because I really don't have anywhere to hang it. I just wanted to make it right, and so I'm gonna make this. I saw a really cool idea in one of my applique things. Hello, Shirley. Well, I'm excited. Mom got me a scan and cut for Christmas, so it's going to save my hands cutting out all the petals because applique is one of my favorite things. But so I made her this little penguin with purples in it, and I'm going to make some little things that I saw on one of the applique sites to kind of go with it so she can hang it up too. And probably going to make her some placemats and use some purple. She had purple on her tree, but she couldn't find purple ornaments. And about, I wanted to say 9 years ago, I told her the next time she'd come down, so when she was living in Indiana, that I had purple ornaments. And she goes, "What are you doing with purple ornaments?" Well, I had a purple tree one year. So I gave her all those purple ornaments. She doesn't have those anymore. And she said she was sad because she couldn't find purple ornaments. I think she needs to go to a Hobby Lobby because Hobby Lobby has just about every color. And go after Christmas, and maybe they'll be 75% off, and she can get ornaments. And she's going to get a tree after Christmas, so she'll have a tree next year. And I said, "Well, it happens, right?" She she's probably gotten a hold of the company to already tell them because she's already told them about them um, damaging some other stuff and losing some other stuff. So what I think is her house got put in behind another house, and they didn't really divide the semi where they should have had some kind of a partition. even if it's just a tarp, saying this is the end of this house. There should have been something hanging to divide them. And then when they finished hers, they should have put it up again because they put another house in after hers. So I'm thinking since they didn't do that, they either the first house or the third house got her book, some of her books, her Christmas stuff, some of her kitchen stuff. Because they really should have divided it better. It, um, well, Shirley, since you just came in, Mom got me this for Christmas and went ahead and gave it to me, and I played with it. I treated myself to EQ8 about a year ago. So I made that and I cut it all out with my scan and cut. And then I did this little penguin, which I'm going to turn into a wall hanging for my daughter with the purples. And I cut him with the scan and cut as well. Um, I didn't have the double sided fusible. I just had a lightweight stabilizer and it cut fine. It's just I had to glue everything down. So, which is fine, but I'm going to go ahead and get a double sided fusible. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Shirley. So I need to finish making this penguin once I finish that tree. Um, I've got I've got a couple packages to send to my daughter. I think I'm going to wait until I get those done and then I'll send those as well. And it'll be after Christmas, but it'll be okay. And as far as the Irish quilt goes, I just have to put a border on it. Um, I'm in my head too much. I want a wavy one. I still haven't. I've thought about what I wanted to do, and I've ixnayed it, and I've done it again to a different. Yeah, so that whole quilt's been that way. And my daughter said it's her quilt, and I said I never said that. She goes, "No, it's mine. It's my colors. It's mine." But then um, I can start um, the vegetable blocks for the swap, which I think are going to be fun, and get those made, and I can send them to everybody. And um, I think you guys. I don't have my phone. I think you guys all sent me your addresses. I may still have them from the last swap, and I'll make sure you guys have everybody's address. That way, if you get your blocks done, you can send them on. But I think it'll be fun. I can't wait to see what everybody else does. Um, I should do those paper piecing ones, but I'm so excited about the scan and cut. I kind of want to do them with that. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, that's about all I have. Uh, I'll post with the picture of that heron when I get ready to start it. But it's going to be a minute or two because I have so much I want to get done. I need to get this quilt to Deborah. I need to finish that Irish quilt. And then we've got the vegetable swap. And I want to do this heron. I'm not sure. You're welcome, Shirley. Did I show you guys the other fabrics for this Blue Heron? They're not for the heron. This is all for this Blue Heron pattern. Shirley, did you see the Blue Heron pattern? It is FPP, but it's the new way. It's the way I do it with freezer paper. I don't know if you've been in here when I've shown that pattern or not. I'll get it back out for you, sweetie. The original size for this is 17.5 by 27. And I enlarged mine. Nice. Okay, so this is, try and get that glare off. So this is the Blue Heron pattern. I put a link in the description. It's cheaper to buy it off their website than Amazon. I found this on Amazon, paid $21 for just this pattern, and I should have went to their website because it was only 10 there. And you can also get a kit that includes all the fabrics for this pattern for $54, and I spent over $74 on mine. Granted, I enlarged my pattern and then I increased my amount of fabric, but I still think they were pretty decent in their price for the entire kit for the fabric and the pattern. So if you're paying 54, you're paying 44 for the fabric and 10 for the pattern. And they had other patterns too. There's one or two that I might like. So the other fabrics for this, I haven't even gotten them out together yet. That have been sitting in my drawer for forever. I think I've got either a yard or 2 yards of each. I normally don't either, Shirley, because I'm on a slim budget too. But I managed to squeak out a little extra to get that. Just like treating myself to a Christmas present, I saved for it. So I've got this blue. And then I have this that has the same blue in it. Now the lights just kind of, and some flowers. And then we have this one here that's got some birds in it, but the blues are the same. It's probably hard to tell, but they are the same. I have a gazillion free patterns. And then this is a maybe it'll go on the back, maybe it'll go on the front. The same with this one, because it's not quite the same blue. It's a little bit different.